Hello there, I'm back here on the ProtoTech SMP server, and I have been AFKing at the Wither Skeleton farm with the dogs for a couple days now. So I've actually collected enough skulls to fill up my ender chest, so I cannot actually just kill myself and just take my ender chest because I actually hit more than what the ender chest can hold. So I'm actually going to just take some mules back with me and my fast horse over here, and we'll probably just head back to spawn. But in some of the mules, I've also picked up some of the coal blocks, and I also picked up some of the gold blocks that I got from the farm, and some blaze rods. And I'll probably come back to this farm at a later date, but for now, I just got what I needed, which was the wither skeleton skulls. And I have actually went ahead and broke the bed that was in the overworld over here, so if I die, I don't get sent back to this bed here, and also shut off the gas farms. So now I'm just going to collect all these mules here and the horses and see if I can head back to spawn. In the last episode, Smokey and I traveled from spawn all the way to this location, but I forgot to actually show the clip where we actually travel with the mules in our little caravan, so it's kind of interesting. I'm going to show that right now. So I'm pretty much going to do the same thing. I got all my mules and horses tied to me on my leads here, and then I'm just going to have a couple speed potions left. I'm just going to speed my way back to spawn, and I'm currently at about 18,000 in the Z. And I put the horse armor on the horses and some saddles on there just to save more space. I found those diamond horse armors at this fortress here. So I'm just going to head back, start heading back in this direction. I just face downward and use a speed potion, which allows me to get a extremely high speed boost. And hopefully everything is getting pulled behind. Looks good. Now I'm still out about 16,000 meters from spawn, so I'm just going to AFK this. I'm just going to have my W button held down, and then I'm just going to come back a little bit, and I should be at spawn or fairly close to it. It looks like we're getting pretty close to 0-0. Just been AFKing for, quite a while, maybe 20 minutes or so, maybe less, I don't know. So let's just see where we're at. Oh yeah, here's our wood farm, and here's spawn. If you wanted to, you could probably line it up so that you could AFK and just drop your horse right down into there, and then they would just get stuck. But now I'm just going to take these horses and mules back to the mule breeder over here, and then I'll get the supplies I need for the next project. So I went ahead and collected the materials for our next project, which is the star extractor, and I got the skulls here. And this will allow us to turn the skulls into nether stars. So the star extractor is my automatic wither killing machine, which allows me to put skulls in and soul sand, and then it will automatically summon the wither as well as kill the wither, and then I'll just collect the nether stars. Now over here in this direction is a special bedrock formation that I came up with, which will allow me to actually kill the withers off, and I'll go over there and start building. I've made it to a location where the star extractor will be built, but before I start building on it, I'm going to break the bedrock here so that I can easily go underneath the bedrock as well as above it. To break this bedrock, I'm going to use the dragon egg method that I've shown before, and then I'm just going to build up my lazy processing detecting machine here, and then see if I can drop a dragon egg and break this. This bedrock piece right here is only 1 thick, so that I can only break it, get through it with only 1 egg, and then I will start building on the star extractor. I've built my lazy processing detector, and from here all I have to do is put the dragon egg on top of this slime block here. So then when I go off into the far distance, this chunk will hopefully become a lazy processing chunk, and then I can actually have the dragon egg be dropped once the machine detects it's a lazy processing chunk. So hopefully I'm somewhat in the middle of, well, I was kind of hoping I'm inside of a single chunk, but it looks like it's kind of hanging between 2 chunks here. So I'll just go in this direction. Hopefully that'll work. It looks like it has worked. The slime block is moved forward. This is a sticky piston, but the sticky piston must just thrown the slime block out in front. And we have a pigman who is really enjoying the machine. Okay. But yeah, you can see that the dragon egg broke the bedrock, and the bedrock was only 1 thick there. So now I can dig down. Oh yeah, I was digging over here. Yeah, I'll start working on the star extractor over here now. So I finally got it. It took a couple tries. I kept ender pearling off the sides, but right here is where the nether rack was, and I broke it, and it took me a couple times. I didn't even notice I broke it, but now I just teleport or ender pearled up into this location. And now, since it's broken now, I just can ender pearl back out of here, and I marked it with the torch because I was doing a couple of rounds trying to get through this piece. Now that it's broken, I can continue building on the star extractor. I finished the star extractor, and this is pretty simple build. What you do is just come in here, and the very end over here is the location where the player will just be sitting. You can AFK and just place down soul sand here, and the soul sand gets pushed alternating either direction, and these pistons are just hooked up to a clock, and then from here the soul sand will get pushed, and then there is some more pistons which will push the soul sand along, and then once it reaches this place here, then it will be able to get pushed into a T formation. So if one more soul sand get pushed there, then it's a T formation, and then we just have the skulls in these dispensers, and then they would just dispense onto the T shape of soul sand as soon as the last piece is put in. Then the wither will be summoned, and the wither will be placed right at the bottom piece here, so he'd be placed in here. Then to prevent him from coming down and breaking the next wither that we summon in, or the next pieces of soul sand, we want the wither to stay up in the air. And the way that we do this is that we come along and we have the wither look at a target. So here we have our target. It's just a chicken in a minecart, and the wither will try to fly upwards to get to this chicken here, but the bedrock prevent him from flying. And then once we have all the withers inside the bedrock, we'll just push the chicken over there, and then the chicken will be far enough away so that the withers cannot see the chicken, and then they will fold back downwards and fall into the bedrock and suffocate. And then they will die, and then these hoppers will collect all the nether stars, and they will be placed into here. If you want a deeper explanation on how this works, I will link in the description to the video where I explain exactly how this works and different ways you can use this. But now we're just going to see if we can get this thing actually going. We'll put the skulls in these dispensers. Should be enough to put 3 stacks of skulls in each dispenser, and hopefully have enough soul sand. I think so. We'll try it out. Now we'll go back over here, and we want to have the first soul sand go in that direction, which may be tough. So right after this one extends, I'm gonna try to start placing soul sand. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, I got the achievement, which is really nice. Now I broke it. Let's go see what happened. Probably broke this, yeah. Made some of the pigmen mad. They're nearby. So, okay. Looks like the wither's up there. You can see him right there. See, yeah, you can barely see him. And I'm going to have to clear that to reset it. But let's go see what it looks like on top. Yep. The wither is just underneath here. And then he's looking at this chicken over here. So if I send this chicken over that direction, the wither hopefully will come downwards and start suffocating. Yep. You see that he no longer sees his chicken, so he fell downward, and now he's just in some bedrock here. Don't want to get too close, you get withered. Yep, so it works pretty nice. And then he just takes about 5 minutes for him to suffocate, and then once he dies, his nether star will be placed into this chest here. So I found some redstone that wasn't quite right over there, so hopefully I can get it so that the withers will continually be summoned right after each other. Try to get this piston thing down here as soon as that one extends. Let's see if it works this time. Seems to. As long as the soul sand keeps going, it means that withers are getting summoned. So yeah, you can hear that summoning noise of the withers. It means the withers are getting summoned. So I'll just be sitting here AFK summoning withers. I'll come back a little bit and let them all die off. I think we have used up all the skulls. The noise is horrible. It's extremely loud. Just want to come in here and see. Oh yeah, we used up all the skulls. So that is, I think that's 3 stacks of withers there. Yeah, that's a lot of withers. It sounds awful. Let me turn that volume down a little bit. Yeah, that's a lot of withers. They're all right there. You see sometimes they take damage. This is just because of their skulls are all inside the bedrock. Once all their skulls come back and hit themselves. So now we will want to kill all those withers. To do that, we will just move this chicken to the other side down there. And this is their target which they're tracking. So now we're sending him over there. Now we should start to see the health bar go down. Yeah, that sounds really weird. It sounds like the audio is all messed up. But yeah, see their health bar starts going down. Let's see what it says. Yeah, you can see the entity count, like, because they're also summoning skulls, you know, blue wither skull sensor inside bedrock. So there's like, you know, 300 entities there sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So now I just gotta give it 5 minutes for them to die. You see that how the blue wither skulls were glitching through, but that's just visual. That's not, they're not actually there. So 5 minutes of this. I'll see you soon. We are getting down there to where they're almost dead. And that's going to be a lot of nether stars. Yeah, they're almost about dead. There you go. The beginning. Now the nether stars will start funneling in there. See, you got a lot of nether stars. Should be about 3 stacks of nether stars. Well, now we just got to turn all these nether stars into beacons. So to turn the nether stars into the beacons, we're going to have to get obsidian, which I got a bunch of obsidian from our obsidian farm that we had. And then I just need the glass. And the glass we get from our sand generator. And we have the sand generator going on right now. And you can see that there is a open fence gate up there, which the sand comes from. And then it is pushed over that direction, and the sand blocks land over there. And then the duplicated sand is dropped from the open fence gates as well, but it just falls straight down. And there's some hopper minecarts underneath of that diamond block there that pick up the items and store them underneath. Where the sand is launched this direction, and there's a hole underneath here where the sand goes down. And this is the place where the sand gets cycled around, where it goes from the overworld to the end. So if I go down here, you can see that the sand gets pushed down into this piston chain here, which pushes the sand, and it pushes it all the way to the nearest entrance end portal. Once the sand goes through the entrance end portal, it'll come here on the obsidian platform. It will duplicate, and this is the sandcidiator, just minus the withers, just the sand generating part of it. And the block of sand is pushed off by these 2 cobble pushing arms here, which will alternate and push the sand off either directions, which just allows it to speed up a little bit. And the items that are duplicated pop off, and they will be pushed by the water streams into these hoppers, which will be then drop them into a ice stream, which will take them to the exit end portal and will take them to spawn. And the same thing goes for the blocks, except they are dropped here, and then they are put up this conveyor belt, and then they are taken along this direction, and the conveyor belts will actually come to the exit end portal as well, where they will drop the items into the exit end portal, and then they will come up at spawn as well. So you can see here the items come up from this elevator, and the sand is pushed in from this line block here. Now if we go in the overworld, you'll see that we come back in a loop, and the sand is dropping and it's getting pushed at the same time, and that's how we get our sand on our server, since we are still in 1.8. So I smelted up some of the sand and got our glass and got our obsidian. Now we just need to get our nether stars and turn these things into beacons. It takes quite a few materials to actually make a beacon, but if you have a lot of farms to automate them, then they really don't take that much time. So there's 1 stack, and 5 more stacks of glass. Second stack of beacons. And there's our third stack of beacons. So now that we got a bunch of beacons, we can now place these beacons in some areas that need some beacons. I'm here with Rusty and we are removing some bedrock. We removed the bedrock all the way down to Y level 0 here, and now we are just removing the very bottom layer of bedrock, which is Y level 0. And you can see here it says Y level 0 here, and anything underneath of this is just the void. So once we get this bedrock removed, then we will be able to put our beacons in here. And then I'm just helping Rusty break the leaves with my fortune pick so they get some saplings back. And we'll put the beacon pyramids down here, and then we'll work our way up and have the beacons that I just got, and we'll put those in here. Now we are removing the huge dark oak tree that is left behind, because after you keep using the dark oak trick in the same area, eventually the tree gets humongous and there's like branches all over the place. So yeah, we're tearing it all down. Then we're gonna finish up the beacon and get the beacons in place. So now we're just removing the dark oak logs that were left behind, and we're replacing them with the iron blocks, which you're gonna use for the beacon. We broke out a 11 by 11 area so that we can have all 5 beacon effects here. A beacon here, a beacon here, a beacon here, a beacon here. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's 6 effects, but we're going to do it on 5 beacons. So the middle one's going to be regen and strength, and then we will have haste 2, jump 2, speed 2 here. And the last one will be resistance 2. Beacon, 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 beacon. Iron, 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 iron. Strength regen, speed, jump, resistance, haste, beacon, 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 beacon. Strength regen. Then we got jump, speed, resistance 2, and haste 2. More beacon, more beacon, more beacon, more beacon. Beacon, 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 fake beacon, real beacon, fake beacon, real beacon, fake beacon, real beacon, fake beacon, real beacon. This is the last beacon needed for this perimeter we have here. And this beacon will be the strength as well as the regen, and that will be it for this perimeter. And I still got a bunch of beacons left over, as well as a whole bunch of wither skeleton skulls, which we can use for other things. Well, we finally finished here. We got all the beacons in place. There is 9 pyramids of beacons, and each pyramid has 5 beacons on it with all the effects. So we have all the different effects in this area, which will be really nice. It was a bit tedious just placing these beacons in place, but it's pretty much worth it in the end. And plus I have a bunch of beacons left over, which I can use for future projects. We made a lot of progress today. We came back from our long journey. We killed 192 withers all at once, and we also turned all those nether stars into beacons. So now I think that's going to be it for today. So thanks for joining me as I have fun in survival, and bye bye!